Hi, welcome to Longevity Spaces. In this video, we're going to cover three significant points. First question is going to be, can balance be improved? The second thing is, we're going to look at what the contributing factors are that leads to loss of balance. And then lastly, we're going to look at what things that you need to do in order to at least maintain the balance you have, restore the balance that you've lost, or even possibly improve your balance beyond where it's ever been as a person 60 years and older. So I can tell you, just as a personal story, I've been in this industry for the past 30 plus years as a strength and conditioning coach and personal trainer. I've worked with thousands of people who are 60 and better. I myself am now in that category as a brand new 60-year-old. And what I can tell you is balance is such a key and vital part of aging well, because without it, life tends to contract, meaning we stop doing things and engaging in activities because there's a bit of a fear and trepidation around with lack of stability and the uncertainty of being strong and solid on our feet. And in fact, the risk of falls go up exponentially once we get to about the age of 65. So what we're going to address today is, how do we understand where we are on the continuum and what kind of chance do we have of moving our balance down in a more favorable direction? So first of all, let's look at some of the things that cause us to lose our balance. I'll tell you, one of the obvious ones that we don't think about is just we sit too much. When we become sedentary, we start to lose muscle tissue, and that process is called sarcopenia, which is age-related muscle loss, and we exacerbate or accelerate it by sitting too much and not engaging those muscles, particularly the ones in the pelvic region and in the quadriceps. The other thing, it could be a neural situation that causes you to have compromised balance. Neuropathy that normally is a loss of sensation and proprioception in your feet. Sometimes it can be auditory, where just the crystals in the ear start to loosen, change, and move, and that can cause a little bit of vertigo, and that can cause an issue with balance. Sometimes it can be your medications, where they may produce drowsiness when you take them. That's something for you to discuss with your physician. It could be your eyes. Maybe your eye exam isn't up to date, and you're not seeing the spaces or the obstacles around you as clear as you ought to. But whatever the case may be, assuming that all of those things have been addressed, my belief is we should do all that we can to restore our balance and even to improve it. And if your body can still react to a stimulus, then it can be improved with regard to balance. And so I think there are three major takeaways with regard to balance, and that is getting stronger, improving your range of motion and flexibility in your hips, and then also having stability so that when you stand, you're strong. And we're going to talk about those a little bit more here. But before we go any further, I want you to like the channel and subscribe. That way you'll get more of the videos that we produce. You'll be reminded of them when they come out. We're going to try to put a video out 2 times a week, and it'll all be tips and ideas of how you can live better, get stronger, move better as a person 60 years and older. So now let's get right back to it. So there are 3 things that we can hope for. We can hope to maintain our balance, restore it to what it once was, or even to improve it beyond what it's ever been. And one of the things that you can really do with that is to get up and be active every day. Strengthen the muscles of your quadriceps, your glutes. Improve your posture and your spine. That's going to be a video for another time. It's going to be in isolation, really looking at posture and what you can do. But what we're going to do today is going to discuss 3 movement patterns that are most oftentimes overlooked and very few people talk about them. It's the natural 3 planes of motion. It's the ability to move front and back, the ability to move to the side, and then also to rotate. And I happen to think that last one is far more important than almost any of the others, because what most of us don't realize is even if we're walking forward on a straight line, there's a degree of rotation that takes place. And when we lose that, we start to lose our ability to function well in those other two motions. You'll notice that our forward motion now starts to move in the absence of rotation, where it looks like this. And when it's time to turn, we don't open up anymore. We just turn our whole body. And that's why going through all these ranges of motion is so important. And I'm going to introduce you to some of my clients, those of whom I'm extremely proud of, who are all 60 and better, by the way. I'm not going to tell you their actual ages, but most of them are 70 and better. But they're going to give you a great demonstration of those exercises I just talked about. So pay attention to the video. So in that video, hopefully you saw some people that look probably a lot like you, probably of similar age, but they are living their best lives because they have really taken hold of their health, their wellness, their fitness, their balance, and they have improved greatly from where they were when we first started out. So they've really moved down that continuum, not just from management, not just from some restoration, but all the way to that other side where there is noticeable improvement, where it gives you a lot more vitality and options in life. One piece that I didn't have displayed in the previous video was rotating. And I'm going to give you a demonstration of those exercises again, but a way that you can do them safely at home. Make sure, if they're new to you, that you always find something to hold on to just so that you feel more stable. So you can hold on to a wall, a countertop, a piece of furniture, and you're just going to step forward of your down foot and then back of that foot. And I'm going to move away so you can see me better, but it's a forward step and a back step. A forward step and a back step, but you would be holding on to something to secure your balance. And then you would also continue to hold on as you step to one side and back. And this allows us to step, to load those lateral forces or those frontal forces into our hip, stabilize, and then have the power and strength to return us to where we started. And then lastly, it's that rotational component that I talked about, where we simply open up, where we're now engaging muscles deep in our pelvis, in our core, in our lower back, inner thighs, all over that middle area of our body that plays a magnificently huge role in stabilizing us. And according to this study, it simply says that when we are practicing and utilizing exercises on a regular basis, balance can be improved, our confidence can be improved, and our lifestyle normally gets improved, because when we believe that we're strong enough to take on more, we typically do. Hey guys, I hope you found these three planes of movement, front and back, sagittal, side to side, frontal, and transverse, helpful to you in your strive and your movement ability to get better, to get stronger, and live a better life. Until the next video, be well and stay healthy.